sacred place. We laugh when it's hard and we fight there too. Cause God's got a plan for me and you. We're keeping it H-O-T, honest, open, transparent, you see. Bridging hearts, baby, where love's supposed to be. From the vows we set to the dreams we chase, we're building forever in God's embrace. So, bridging hearts. From the kitchen table talks to the prayers late at night. We know love's a battle, but we're still holding tight. Got a card game to spark up the flame again. Reignite the fire with your lifelong friend. Love is a gift, oh, straight from above. Designed for his purpose, sealed with his love. Every tear, every laugh, every baby, I'm sorry. It's all part of the story. To him be the glory. H-O-T, honest, open, transparent, you see. Bridging hearts, baby, where love's supposed to be. From the vows we set to the dreams we chase, we're building forever in God's embrace. So, bridging hearts.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but that's okay. But we want to thank you guys for joining us this morning. We want to welcome you back to Bridging Hearts. This is Marriage on Purpose.
Yes.
With Bridging Hearts. Amen. And where we're diving into a real conversation today about love, faith, and marriage.
Yes.
Okay. And we're your hosts. I'm Jerry.
I'm Rhonda
Jackson. And we're excited about to welcome this couple that we have coming on today. They've been married for over 30 years.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's an awesome compliment. And their journey is filled with love, lessons, laugh, and wisdom. You know, so we know we're going to be inspired by what they have to say today. So we'd like to thank them for joining us on today. So we'd like to welcome in Bill and Lisa Leach.
Bill and Lisa Leach.
Amen.
Hello.
How you guys
Hi.
doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. Good to see you guys.
Thank you. Yeah. So you all, I guess most of everyone on here will recognize these two. If you know me, you know them, right? And so, yeah, we finally got them on, and we have so many questions for them because how long has it been now, Lisa and Bill?
Well, actually, September the 24th will be 31 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
31
awesome.
years.
Yeah. And so they're here to pour their hearts out and to tell you about marriage on purpose and what is the glue that has held them together. So we're going to dive into the questions, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to dive into the questions and going to dig a little deep on today, right?
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
And so you all, if you're on, please like and share. You have any questions for Bill and Lisa, make sure you ask them here in the comments. And all of us probably will chime in. You know, I'll probably be the first, but no.
Yeah. You join us on Facebook or YouTube, you know, like I say, hit and like, subscribe to that button, you know, and join us. It's going to be an interesting conversation today. I know.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. So y'all ready for the first question?
Ooh, we're going to get it started.
Yeah, let's get started.
It's hot,
Right.
honest, and transparent.
Transparent. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Amen.
And so I'm going to ask you the question, and both of you can chime in, or if just one of you want to answer, that's fine. But we really want to hear the answer from both perspectives, okay? Okay, so the first question is, looking back, what were your biggest values and principles that held your marriage together for 30 plus years?
You want to go?
Yeah, so the first weekend that I met Lisa, it was at her college at Blackburn University down in Carlinville. And I was there to see my uncle graduate. And a few of his friends had stayed for the weekend, help celebrate and hang out. And when we got down there, my uncle had arranged for me and my brother to have accommodations while we were there. and Lisa was so kind to provide me with shelter for that weekend.
Wait, so y'all
We-
wasn't married, right? And
um,
you was down there, and she provided shelter.
correct.
Okay,
Hmm.
please tell us more.
No, wasn't like that at all. Believe you me, no.
Okay.
So during that weekend, especially the first night, we had just stayed up talking. I normally was going to bed at like 9 or 10 o'clock every night. We had stayed up to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, falling asleep on each other. And that weekend was my birthday weekend, and so she had gotten me a birthday card to my
Oh, wow.
surprise.
30
Uh,
years ago, huh?
Mm.
Okay.
I had been dating
34, actually.
dating other, had little girlfriends at that time, and no one had ever, showed that type of acknowledgement.
Wow.
So that really stuck with me, and she's been that same woman for the past 31 years. So I've always appreciated that.
That is awesome.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Big Liz.
Well, I think that communication. I
Okay.
think that communication is a huge factor. And of course, God, one of the things that we did was that, a lot of people, when they get married, they look at their list and see who to invite. And I think the first person you should invite is God.
Okay.
So, and that's one of the things that, because when we were talking, and we talked about this some time ago, we were talking about our relationship. And I just have to say that communication is a huge, and I'm not talking about just our communication, I mean communication with God too, making sure that we're staying on track with each other.
Wow. Okay.
That's good. That's good. But
Mhm.
communication. So how did that communication start? Where you were able to give him lodging for the?
Let me tell you that is a funny story. His old uncle um wanted, because my roommate wasn't, I had a room to myself, and then there was an extra bed, and his uncle asked me if he could stay in the extra bed. I'm like, absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
And he said, Lisa, please, they ain't got nowhere else to stay. I said, well, you should have thought about that before you brought him down. And
Uh-huh.
so he's like, Lisa, can they, he's not gonna do anything. I said, I don't know, because I was scared.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I was scared. So I let him stay in that room, and because I think he was scared of
Mhm.
me. I don't know why, and I was scared of him. And we stayed up that whole night
Yeah.
talking.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think that was, through that, and then even like the next day, we were still, talking.
Wow.
That set a foundation there.
Wow. Okay.
Communication. And I remember saying this seriously when we were talking. I'm like, he seemed like a guy that I can marry, because I wasn't looking
Wow.
to date around. That's
Right.
not me. And I
Mhm.
realized that wasn't him either.
Okay.
And I said, this sounds like a guy that I can get with, And I'm like, God, is this him? Is this? And then seriously, I was like, no, this ain't him because of his uncle. I was like, oh no, because I know how his
No.
uncle was. Nope, it's not him. But
Yeah.
I was proven wrong. It is him.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. That is so good. Well, I have a question, but it's diving deep into some situations. You guys have been married for over 31, 30 years. So in that time frame, okay, was there ever a season in your life when you honestly question if you're gonna make it? And then what pulled you guys back together?
I answer that one. Oh yeah, I think it was the first year. Right.
Mhm.
We had just gotten married, actually. And again, Bill and I, we didn't live together before we got married. We barely seen each other because he was in school and I was in school. We got married right after college.
Wow.
So I remember our first time going grocery shopping, and we bought this grocery and we bought some grapes, and we're putting away everything. We thank God for giving us this food, you know, and all that stuff. So we were all happy because this is our first time. And I don't even remember where I went, but anyway, I come back and Bill had eaten all the grapes. And I'm like, in one sitting, I'm like, I opened the refrigerator, I'm like, where's the grapes? And he said, I ate them. I'm like, you ate all the grapes? And he's like, yeah. And I started crying. And he's like, what's wrong with you? And I said, you ate all the grapes? And in my head, you know, when you go grocery shopping, that's supposed to last until it lasts like at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Well, his upbringing, they went grocery shopping every week. That wasn't my experience.
Yeah.
So once he, well, I was getting ready to say, once he realized that, you know, communication again, it still happened. He still sits and eat, but he's a
whole box of cereal.
Great. Yeah, a whole box of cereal in one sitting. So now I know, but he knows how I feel about it too. So
yeah. So, but okay, but he did it. So how did you resolve that, seeing that your backgrounds were so different to where he can eat that much and it affect you like it did, you thinking that the grocery was going to last 2 or 3 weeks, and he's seeing grocery, you know, it's going to go bad within a week, so let me eat it all now. So how did
we still talk about that, you know, like, because I mean, you know, it's not just grapes, you know, back then it was just the grapes, but stuff period, as far as him growing up this way and me growing up that way, we still collide sometimes. And but a lot of the time it's like, you know, I know he's gonna eat that box of cereal, and it doesn't bother me as much. I know that he's gonna throw away a half of, when we used to use a bar of soap, I know once he gets halfway through, he's gonna throw it in the garbage. Whereas me, I'm keeping it until I can't lather it anymore. Same with like you know. So because I know those things, it doesn't affect me as much. And I think that's the way we pretty much resolve things.
Yeah. Okay.
So Bill, I know Lisa elaborated on some things too, but as men and women, you know, we think kind of differently. So what thing that you thought about that honestly question whether you guys are going to be together, or, you know, how did you work that through when you had questions about whether we're going to be together or not?
When Lisa and I had started discussing the possibilities of marriage, which was early on, I had told her, I'm only getting married once. I'm not going through this again. So, you know, in the past, when you were dating and those types of things, you might have a disagreement, you might get into an argument, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I quit you, or this is over with, or something to that fact. But with a marriage, that's a different approach. And so I think communication is very important, but you also have to get used to those differences. And it's okay sometimes for your spouse or your partner to get on your nerves. Some days that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And then you take a walk. In my case, you might go play some basketball or do something so that you could come back, cooler heads can prevail, and then you could try to communicate better those problems or issues. So that's kind of been my approach. You can't quit. I have an extensive background in basketball, and so I do a lot of things according to basketball. Basketball, you're never out of the game, and so you just keep playing. If you're down by 20, you play the same as if you're up by 20.
And I always wondered that. Yeah. Okay. Like, why don't they just quit?
Right.
That's an analogy. And you had an analogy concerning basketball before when we was talking to another couple, I believe.
But it's about coaching.
Yeah.
You have to coach someone, and train them and give them the tools to go further in their studies or further in their skill structure, because you may not be able to dribble the ball correctly, but if you're giving them the tools, well, you can use this tool to help develop how you dribble or how you handle the ball, where you can dribble it more effectively going down the court. You give them tools, then they use those tools. That's the same thing in life and marriage. You give people those tools in their relationships where they can better strengthen how they're going to move forward.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes when they doing those basketball analogy, when Bill do, I'm like, what? What does that have to do with anything?
But the way he had explained it, I'm like, oh, okay.
It has a lot to do with it.
And I know after I think about it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But I promise you, I was just asking my husband the other day, I'm like, why are they still playing? I mean, they lost.
Right, just quit. Just say I give up.
Throw the ball in there. Okay. Next question.
We're going to get back on track here.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. And you are, I don't know, some of you may know, but Lisa, Bill, and Jerry and I, we take long car rides. We do road trips. And so we talk a lot. And we have the most amazing time on these road trips because and some of these things I never even heard, but they're sharing today. But because I didn't know he slept in her room.
I know, right?
But we talk. We have the most amazing time when we do these road trips. That's why it's so important for couples to come together, and be able to communicate and talk through things, because it makes it a lot easier to even talk about even the hard times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa, we just had to make sure you didn't offer for him to stay there,
Oh, no.
It was just because you seen how handsome he was. So we wanted to make sure that wasn't the case.
Covered all of that. No.
Yeah, but Lisa and I, it was almost the same thing, because I inboxed him. At the end of where we started talking all night, he slept in your room.
Yeah. Well, he kind of didn't sleep when I was scared. I know I ain't.
Yeah, that's funny. So now, Lisa, after decades together, how do you handle disagreements differently compared to how you did it in the earlier days, like when you first got together?
Let me see. Let me think about. One of the things is, how did I do it before? That's a tough question. Well, here's the thing. Seriously, Bill and I, like I said, we go through our whatever. We go through it, and I know we keep using that word communication. It's because it's true. It's very effective. Yeah. But I remember one time we were really not communicating well. Okay. And I was done. I'm done. And I hear this voice, and I know the voice. And he said, "No, you're not." I'm like, and I'm seriously, I'm like, God, if you want this relationship to continue, take the wheel, because Lisa is done. And I think that, and it's so funny, because I said, you need to change him. He did this, that, blah, blah, blah. Guess who changed?
You.
Guess who he changed? You. I'm like, me? It wasn't me. It was him. Mm-hmm. It was him. But I'm the one who changed. And when I changed, I identified and I noticed that I'm the one that was changing. I'm the one that was being more, I guess, understanding, compassionate, trying not to point fingers. Mm-hmm. But it was and I had to smile. I'm like, really, God? Okay. All right. But it was just a change and just the understanding, trying to be more understanding, I should say.
You remember, I think that was just last night, we had the Bible study with Minister Megan, and we were saying marriage is a mirror.
Oh
know,
my goodness, yes.
yeah, the marriage is a mirror. I mean, God, you praying, but God's going to show you yourself
Oh,
with whatever you're praying about.
yeah, he ain't showed me myself several times.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you the way we have disagreements now compared to when we first started, I would always try to tell Lisa throughout the way there's rules of engagement, just like in a war. You know, you can't do certain things, you can't say certain things because that stuff comes back. People remember stuff and it hurts at the end
Yeah.
of the day. You cause more problems than you solve. And so I've seen Lisa in particular um, dial things back when we have disagreements.
Mhm.
They upset at times for weeks and months, and
Right.
I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
So
little bit, not
now
months.
when she gets upset, um, it's more like a timeout. Let's
Mhm.
go try separate corners, and then we can come back and discuss. And I really appreciate that because when you get upset, different emotions are going all over the place, and those are opportunities for Satan to kind of sneak in
Mhm.
and cause more havoc.
Yeah.
So it takes patience and um,
Understanding.
understanding
Mhm.
to try to work through your differences.
Yep.
Yeah. And a lot of maturity.
Mhm.
And that is so good.
Yeah.
And I think a lot, Lisa, for what you were saying, that we have to look at, and it tells us about that in the Bible. We have to look at our own self before we can cast our,
Look at
things
the
on someone else. Tell them what they're not doing, but what are we doing in that situation? So we have to take accountability for ourselves. And then I just love the way you did that. You thought about it, and God reminded you,
After
hey,
a month.
God reminded you about your accountability, because we got to be accountable to ourselves and
Yeah.
how we love and how people love us.
Yeah.
So we can't always say, "Oh, it's because they doing this," but what are you doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right,
Being
right.
loveful? Are you being grateful? Are you being compassionate?
Yeah.
Are you being all of those things that you want this person to be?
Mhm.
So you have, someone told me you have to, what you're looking for, you have to become.
Ooh,
Mm.
Mhm.
that's good.
So if you're looking for compassion, you have to be compassionate.
That's
So
Mhm.
that is awesome for you to just
Very compassionate. I'm just kidding.
acknowledge that. But
Right.
another
Right.
question I have is, because you all are seasoned vets,
yes.
you know,
I'm with grandmas. Go ahead.
I know, right? It doesn't seem like it though.
I
Seriously.
know, right?
but
Y'all don't look like it either.
I know, right?
Bill's retired. So what lessons about money and planning, for the future would you give to a younger generation?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Um, I think
Oh. Hmm.
I think with 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 age comes wisdom, and when you're young, you hear that all the time, but you don't quite understand it.
Mhm.
Um, but if I could take the knowledge that I have now and feed it back to myself when I was a teenager,
Yeah.
we probably be in a different situation. But that being said, I use my son as a perfect example, and I just try to to teach him about the mistakes that I have made, the setbacks that we've had, and the extra work that we had to put in to try to correct those mistakes. I just tell Cam all the time, look, I'm giving you this stuff for free. You don't have to make the same mistakes. You don't have to put yourself in the same holes. And so I think it's important, especially for our people, to get financial literacy, to understand the value of money. It's a tool that can be used for the advantages of your family, for the advantages of generations. So, yeah, I would speak all of that stuff Learn that stuff as much as you can. I watch Bloomberg TV every day. If you don't do anything else, but just watch that all day, you would learn something about money.
I think too, especially when even when you're dating. I was getting ready to say once you become engaged, but even when you're dating, I don't think it's anything wrong with knowing how your partner's finances are. Seeing if you are compatible, seeing if you are if you guys think about money the same way, because I think that has all. I mean, I think you can learn a whole lot, because you can be thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna have money today, and I'm gonna have $1,000 today, and I'm gonna just spend it because I'm gonna spend all of it right now, even though you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G bills due tomorrow. I'm gonna just spend it, da 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 da. Whereas your partner may be like, oh, how about let's pay the bills first, and then whatever is left over. You could be on total different ends of the spectrum. So, I mean, I don't think this is something I would tell a young person, is to know about each other's finance and how you see money. Because they say that, and I can believe it, that money problems is the root of most divorces.
Wow. Yeah, it's up there. It's high. Definitely. It's definitely up there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is so true, because we did an assessment as well, and that was what one of the questions did, like determine like who's good with the finances, who's good with budgeting, what is your attitude towards spending, what is your attitude or saving. You have to bring that together so you can come together on how you're going to spend money, how you're going to save money, how you're going to invest money. Where one person always just spending on the drop of a dime. Or one that's putting the money away and everything, but learning how to balance that out, I think is a big struggle that a lot of couples are having. How to balance that out. Well, who controls the finances and how we spending the finances and things of that nature.
True.
But like you said, when you're going in and you know how you spend it, how I spend it, and then okay, let's come together and we got a vision or a mission, what we want to do with our finances, where we want to be. Now you can grow in that situation.
It makes the communication, it opens up the communication gap. It actually helps you able to communicate better when you're on board concerning finances, because money can be a taboo in most relationships. You don't even want to talk about it. I remember a time when I didn't know. I thought that was our house. That's yours.
We're getting darker because of the light.
So. I had to make sure it's still going.
But I didn't even know what they made, because it was just taboo. But that shouldn't be in a normal marriage. It should not. Money. You should be able to come together, have meetings around finances. So, yeah. So now let's go to another thing that's most couples. Somebody said this is only important. This is only 10% of a marriage, but if you're not doing it, it's 90% of the marriage. But so the question is, how do you keep attraction and intimacy alive after so many years?
I think you have to continue to make it a priority. You have to continue to date your spouse. Got to have special occasions or reasons to get dressed up and go out. And if you don't do that, then things can become boring and stale. I think
what you think, baby?
I think that you have to put the work into it to make sure that that it's working for both people, and to make sure that everybody is happy. So yes, I think intimacy is important, but it's not a deal breaker per se. But you should be putting effort into it for sure.
Well, I
from a woman's perspective, let's go.
Now, Bill and I, we had a discussion about this some time ago about the difference between being alone and being lonely.
Okay.
Okay. So Bill is gone, sometimes, he plays basketball and he does some church stuff, all this stuff or whatever. And at first it was cool. It was cool. I could have my space to myself and blah, blah, blah. So I was alone. Then it got to be so much. Then I became lonely.
Okay.
So in order to break that, I told him about the difference and how I felt about it. And things started changing. He had to back out on some of the things or decrease some of the stuff. Yeah. And we started going out more, doing things more together. And I know everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of family and friends, they know what Bill and I do. We, as far as our drives, we go on a drive every week. Mm-hmm. And that's a form of intimacy to me. Good. Because I absolutely love being with him. And you're supposed to say that about me.
I agree. Yes, we love spending time with each other for sure.
So and because we love being with each other so much that the drives is part of our intimacy as far as us being together and us just talking. Mm-hmm. Us going out. We love going out. Another thing that we love doing is like hosting little get-togethers with other couples, because we learn so much. We learn so much from other couples.
Yes.
Like that.
Okay.
So
when the last time y'all had out, and I don't think we were invited. But
well, actually, you were not because they invited us.
Okay.
We had a couple in which it was married couple.
Yeah.
And we watched the doggone what was that? The boxing.
That fight. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was the latest. I think I stayed up. I don't know how long. It was like 2. What time we get home? Like 2 something in the morning.
After 2.
Whoa.
Way past my bedtime, but yeah.
Okay.
So we enjoyed ourselves because we were around other married couples.
I get it. Yeah.
But the statement I like that you said was the drive was intimacy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get confused and misled when you say intimacy. Yeah. They immediately think sex. Mm-hmm. Where intimacy is just the close relationship.
Yeah.
Bringing the emotions of your spouse together and enjoying one another. That is the form of intimacy.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people confuse about intimacy when you say intimacy.
Yeah.
But how you explain what intimacy is to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is a lot of people need to know that. It's not just the physical part of
right.
It's the emotional part of it as well that brings intimacy to the relationship.
I think in the beginning, this is rated PG, right? I think in the beginning it was about sex. Mm-hmm. But as you mature, as you gain some years, it becomes different.
It is.
It's still sex, but it becomes different. Mm-hmm. You want more than that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think in conclusion, you just you have to have more than intimacy to have a good relationship. That's all you got, and that runs out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So what else are you bringing to the table besides the intimacy?
Good. Sex, intimacy.
Yeah, I mean, physical.
We know what you're talking
about. We clarifying for the other people. The other 9 million that's going to be watching it.
For people in the back, okay.
But again, it's like 10%. It doesn't 10%. You just need 10%. But if you're not getting it, that's 90% of the marriage.
That's true.
But it's only 10% when it's happening all the time. It's not that. It's not all that, but let it not happen.
Right.
Then it becomes huge, right?
And that's what it was. Yeah. It became real huge, and we had to sit and talk about it now.
Okay.
I mean, this is awesome. I mean, I really appreciate you guys coming, just just giving your nuggets on your marriage and just relationship in itself in general. So I have a quick question here. So what do you think couples today are missing or overlooking in their marriages?
Can I answer that?
Good.
On TV, the stars and this and that, they, they're married one day and they're divorced the next day. Yeah. And I think that a lot of people is watching that. There's no longevity in a relationship. And I think that the normal people, non-Hollywood or what have you, stars, we say, oh, well, if they don't act right or whatever, I'm going to just get a divorce. They're not giving it a try. They're not going through the battles. They're not going through whatever. They're just thinking, oh, well, I'm going to just leave this person and go to the next person. Yeah. And that's not for us at all. And I think a lot of people see that. It's not there's different reasons why people get a divorce. I understand that. I do. But did you try? Did you do this? Did you do the work?
Yeah, come on.
Did you do the work? And that's what I think a lot of when we're talking, like I said, I love being around married people. I like being around single people too, but I like being around married people because I'm listening, I'm learning. Yeah. And where I work, I work with a lot of older people, geriatric people. Okay. I work with a lot of, and I'm listening to their stories. Yeah. And I come home and I tell Bill, like, oh, they did this and they did that, and they've been married for 70-something years or 80-something. I think the most was 79 years.
Wow.
And there was this one lady in particular. She was telling me something about her husband and this and that, and I said, oh, they still do that? She said, yes, honey, and there ain't gonna be nothing you can do about it. Just accept it. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay.
Like they don't get over it.
Right? No, they don't get over it. But in the same token, there was a lady, I forgot how long, they had been married for a long time. And they lived together. They're in the same apartment. She came walking into the therapy department. His eyes lit up. Lit up. And all of us women were like, oh, And I came home and told Bill, I said, that's how I want you to look at me when I come in.
Correct.
Some years. And his eyes got so big, like
that's mine.
Yes. And I said, I loved it. She just came over. She said, I'm just coming to give him a kiss. She gave him a kiss and then she walked away.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, that was good. Good.
I think there has to be each couple situation is different. You don't know what's going on in every household. I just again allude to when we first met. Once we started to get serious, I wanted to make sure that that we were going to go into the marriage and give everything we had to make it work. All of my examples were of people who got married and they stayed married. Wherever we went, family affairs, they were always together.
Wow.
So that meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me. So I wanted to set the standard for my son. It's okay to find a lifelong partner and do what it takes to make that last.
Yeah, that's saying like to train somebody else. Whoo, child, no, thank you.
No more OJ. He on the job training. No.
That is good. That's good. Yeah, I think we lack a lot of that commitment.
Yes.
You know, people are so quick to give up and walk away from situations instead of just really
trying.
taking the time to try to work it out. It's just like if one thing doesn't work, oh, I'm gone. I'll see you later.
Right.
And there's really no commitment. There's really no fight for what they need to grow into.
And you do everything you can do to make it work, but it always, I'm speaking from another perspective here, it takes two to make it work. And when you want everything, one person can't make it work. And if you just, you know, out of all options, you know, you have to choose yourself over that other person, or you're going to end up just staying in something and both of you loving the same person.
Yeah.
Loving you, and it's not fair.
It's not.
But I could say for myself, I actually left that person better than I found them. And that's the testimony that you want to have if you do have to walk away from something.
Yes.
Right.
That's big. Yes.
Yeah. Every situation is different.
Yeah.
But you have to go into it thinking you're going to give it all.
That's it.
You leave the rest up to God and hope for the best.
That's it. Correct. So I have a last question for you.
Sure.
Okay. So now if you had to sum up your marriage in one word or in one phrase, you sum up your marriage, what would it be?
And why?
Oh, that's a hard question.
So my one word would be dream girl. When I was a kid, when everybody was thinking about going to the clubs and buying gym shoes and those types of things, I was thinking about getting a job, buying a house, being with the girl of my dreams, and just living our lives together. And so every girl at that time they're not ready for that, or they're not thinking that way. They might want to go to the clubs. They might want to hang out in the streets. Well, Lisa allowed me to take care of her the way that I had always dreamed about. So she is a dream girl from day.
Dream girl. I love it. Okay. Top it, Lisa. Top it.
I can't top that one.
That's good.
What was the question again?
If you had to sum up your, he done lost you. You dream.
I know, right?
If you had to sum up your marriage in one word or phrase, what would it be and why?
God's strength.
Okay.
And I say that because seriously, in the top of the hour when I was saying about that I had to, I had told God to take the wheel. If this marriage is supposed to last and you want it, if this was ordained by you, and which I knew it was, but at the time I was no. Then make it happen. And he did. And he did. We still here, right? I think better. Right? What? I think better. Right. You right. So I think even better. I know we're stronger. I know that we is stronger in each other and stronger in God. I know that we're just better.
Good.
We're a better version of ourselves.
Yeah. Wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
This
has been very good.
Very, very good. I mean, we just love the way you guys the compassion that you're showing towards one another and the things that you can share that may encourage other people. It's an awesome testimony.
Yeah. And after 30 years and you're still smiling, it's one thing when you are married, but it's another thing that when you're happily married.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how long you've been. Don't tell me how many years you've been married. Tell me how many years you've been happy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's what really matters, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, we appreciate you guys inviting us out. We appreciate the platform that you guys have that highlight and showcase marriages that can be models, especially for younger couples who may just be starting out. They don't have all the answers. They think they're the only ones going through things.
Oh, yeah.
But to see, older couples maybe had the same problems and issues and made it through, it's just a testament to, how God planned marriage to be. It's not supposed to be easy. And at times you're going to have your difficulties and your struggles. It's how you handle them, how you depend on each other to make everything work. And you guys are the perfect example of what a marriage should look like. So we appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So this has been an incredible conversation between the two of us, with Bill and Lisa Leach. We really appreciate you guys for sharing your story.
Yes.
Coming on. We hope that people were encouraged by your testimony, whether it reminded them of different things or how it gave them hope.
Yes.
We just really appreciate you guys coming on and just sharing your marriage with us and the audience. And I think it was
our pleasure.
And our
awesome time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate you guys joining us. And thank you. And great day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You are. That was amazing. Amazing. I love it. Right?
And just remember, marriage is not about, just being there. It's about surviving. It's not about surviving. It's about striving.
Yeah.
So you want to look to engage with your relationship with your spouse, how you can thrive, how you can grow, and knowing that you're going to have growing pain throughout the situation, throughout your marriage. No, it's not going to be perfect. No marriage is mastered. So there's going to be always a changing. There's going to be always a moving back and forth. So just knowing how you can work through those problems and have those situations and overcome them.
Yep. And with God, all things are possible. Amen. So thank you all so very much for coming on. We do appreciate you. Remember to like, share, comment, and make sure that you're showing it to somebody else, because the marriage you save may be your very own. Right? I'll see you later.
Chase, we're building forever in God's embrace. So, vision hearts, from the kitchen table talks to the prayers late at night. We know love's a battle, but we're still holding tight. Got a card game to spark up the flame again. Reignite the fire with your lifelong friend. Love is a gift. Straight from above, designed for his purpose, sealed with his love. Every tear, every laugh.